Well, hello there, and welcome to my survival world. I'm Zomphan, and there has been a tragic loss in the making of today's episode. What was meant to be a cute bit of telling today's tale of adventure and growing power in this small world became a story told in ode to little Bubba Bro, a little piglin Zambi child that I had adopted ages ago and had been sitting in a boat waiting for such an occasion and freedom. In my attempts to have him join us here, he suffocated, leaving only his precious nugget to remember him by. So, with a heavy heart, we begin. Our story begins at the end of the last episode when I decided to do some end raiding. I got very lost very quickly and ended up flying back home to regain my bearings. On the way, I discovered a woodland mansion that sits just outside of my render distance, at least when I'm perched upon my boat, looking to the other side of the river that splits my forest. Speaking of which, I fixed my boat! Look! I fixed my boat! Look at my boat! The second attempt to get to the end portal went much better. I found the village and took the deep dive down. Now, the raiding was rather uneventful. I was mainly going for a few end rods to put on my boat and replace the torches, but a few shells wouldn't hurt either. It does seem I'm stuck with vanilla's drop rates as the data pack decided to revolt. Mildly annoying, but oh well. I gather a little over a stack of end rods, half-ish a stack of shells, 3 extra end chests, and a bit of loot before deciding I had explored enough for now. This is when I realized I'd forgotten to set my spawn and ended up back at spawn, which looks oddly familiar, so I compared my home coordinates with spawn since I'd forgotten to take spawn coordinates down episode 1, and, well, let me just show you. So here's our town, and if we come down to our fishing village, and we cut a really hard left, and go over this mountainous plateau situation. Hello, sir. Here, about 150 blocks away, I've been walking all over the spot without even realizing where I was. It's okay though. After a little break to think about my discovery, I'm quite happy to know, 1, where spawn is, and 2, not to have to travel a very vast distance to start planning something here, because make no mistake, we will be building here. The pillagers better watch out, because I'm coming for those toes. Anyway, the story. With the discovery fresh in my mind, I was mildly annoyed with myself for not realizing sooner, so I took my aggression out on the mines. After all, I have all these snazzy tools, and I really haven't mined too much other than materials. I want diamonds. But it wouldn't be me without getting distracted, so a bit of mining later and a full box of valuables in hand, I decided it would be a great idea to delve into the deep dark for a bit. I'm feeling a little brave, so why not? Here's how that went. Whoa, that's so cool. What is this? Whoa. Was somebody living here at some point under here? There's a mine shaft over there. I kind of like that. That's pretty cool. It's mine. Wasn't much, and honestly, I didn't want to open too many chests since armor trims are coming in 1.20. Probably not going to use them, but collect shinies? Yes. Not quite ready to push my luck any further, I decided to fortune up my valuable cargo and got quite a bit. I put the smeltables on to smelt and put my other stuff away. Almost a stack and a half of diamonds now. Never had that many before. I was feeling pretty accomplished at this point, but I wanted more, so I'd made a stack of TNT to play with, and I hopped into the nether to try me some ancient debris mining. I used my flame bow to light the boom booms, and a stack of TNT netted not a lot of debris. So I decided to continue mining normally, and all was going well until I went to clean my inventory of netherrack and tossed my bow into the lava. Okay. Not a problem. A little tedious, but I can enchant a new one. Then I did the same thing to my Silk Touch pickaxe. It was at this point I decided I needed a break. So I took my meager 15 ancient debris home, popped them in the smelter, and spent the next few hours restoring my lost tools and then upgrading my 2 picks and my axe. And that brings us to right now, where apparently I can't stop myself and I had to build something. It's a tree, obviously, but there's a little bit of a swing, and I just kind of figured I wanted to build something in this really awkward spot that had been in the middle of my walking paths for quite some time, but I never quite knew what I wanted to build. So with the passing of Little Bubba Bro, I decided that actually with the help of my grandmother, who gave me the idea of an apple tree, to do a dark oak golden apple tree, because, well, he was a little zombie piglin child, so apples and golden apples at that makes sense. Right? Right? But I love how this, I love how this finishes out the area a little bit, or at least just kind of adds to it, because now you don't exactly see the church itself when you first walk through. It's kind of blocked off a little bit by the tree, so you see it, and you don't actually see all of it until you go under the tree and get right here. I really like that. I'm trying to learn things like sight lines and scale and whatnot, because these are not things that I have ever thought about. And of course, if we come down here, you can kind of see we've got our little copper inlay like we have literally everywhere else. I rounded it off, made it look kind of like a most decrepit bed, like this maybe it's like a planter box of some kind that kind of fell apart. And I really like this tree. Like, I want to play around. I've never made a custom Minecraft tree before, so this was my first attempt to make one. And I think it came out pretty darn well. Well, I should say my first attempt after playing around in a creative world for a little bit. But I quite like it. And it makes me kind of want to make more, like different variations without the golden apples, because only Little Bubba Bro gets the golden apples in the swing. And maybe start filling out some of these other really blank spaces that we're going to have around here. But, also we're going to have hopefully some more stuff popping around this area. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe I'll just place trees as the need arises for such things to be done. Until then, I think this closes out the episode. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, maybe subscribe if you made it this far. You obviously liked it enough to hang around, so why not keep going and moving on? I hope you have a lovely day, and bye.